and welcome to our newest Let's Play, Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. This is gonna be a fun one. Without further ado, let's go. First, we're gonna have to create a new save file. As you can see, I've already completed this game, so let's get a whole new game going. We are going to basically be playing through all three of these in sequence. I'll bring up any differences between this and the classics throughout the Let's Play.
Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into
There are a
warriors
few
for his
differences
cause.
between
I'll take that question.
the Reignited
Nasty
and
Gnorc
the
is a
classic
simple
that
creature.
are quite contentious.
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly? That does it!
Huh? Looks like I've got some things to do.
That intro cutscene is one of the bigger ones. Bigger bits of difference between this and the classic version. In the classic version, as you will see now,
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Gnorc is a simple creature. Simple! He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides, he is ugly. Ugly? That does it!
Looks like I've got some things to do.
as you can see, first of all, the dragons have no clothes on. And second of all, there's a small little thing about the dialogue in that. The voices of the two dragons that are speaking to the reporter are technically not their voices when you rescue them. They actually are, their voices are given to feature different dragons. But in this one, they actually fixed that problem. And, pretty much, yeah, it got updated. A lot of the differences in this game are actually quite, some people don't like them, some people do. I personally prefer some of these changes. They made the game a lot more cool. But anyway, let's get on with it.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Gnorc? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
That animation right there, as well as that, are also two very big differences between this and the classic version. In the classic version, the dragon release sound, release animation was different. And of course, yeah, they didn't have themed outfits. They had a select of 10 models, 10 big dragon models that they used across all the dragons. And funny enough, that is actually my favorite change they made to this. They gave all the dragons unique features about them. You know? It's made the game a lot better. Also, if you look at Sparks here, or rather, I guess I'll talk about it once we get to the dragon and explain Sparks on. Whee! There. Get them. We will be 100%ing this. Ah, this dragon shoots my sparks.
There's Nasty Nork. I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Also, if you'll notice, now that we have been introduced to Sparks, you notice something about Sparks. Notice how he has 6 legs, right? Feast your eyes on the other Sparks, the original Sparks. They added a lot more detail, actually added legs to him. He used to just be a stick with wings that glowed. Oh, not to mention, with this, with the increase in technology, they actually allowed you to use control sticks. You cannot imagine how annoying it is controlling Spyro with the control buttons sometimes. Now, first, one of the other changes. I guess another. Most of this episode might actually be me explaining train changes. Be prepared for that, because there's a lot of stuff front loaded. We'll get to that a bit. For another thing that changed, these, where would it be? Let's see. Ah, yeah. I believe this is the hill. Right? They also added to this game skill points. Throughout the game, you have skill points you can get that eventually unlock art in the main menu. One of the first skill points is in fact around here, called the impossible ledge. And there it is. All you have to do is land on this here ledge to get it. Really easy skill point. In my opinion, they added skill points because they had to add skill points to this game. They added some very easy ones. They're better. Yeah, so let's see, that's all of that. Yeah. Next major difference. These chests right here. Note how there's little eyeballs and hands coming out. This is what the original chests looked like from the game. They added a bit. All they mainly added was like hands. They're extra life. So, anyway, let's go into our first level then. Though probably should get all the gems here. I like to complete the hub worlds before going into any of the actual levels, you know?
Hey, Spyro! Press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid?
They kept all the lines
Falling
actually
from high
mainly the
mountain
same.
peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
Also, if I'm not correct, if I'm not wrong, they made Spyro's personality a bit less snarky in this one. Is from what I've heard. They gave Spyro a bit more of a personality in the remake. In this remake. Also, if you've noticed, when we pass by one of these, we get zapped. That never happened in the classic. They added that little detail. Of saving. You used to actually, I think, have to, you would just automatically save, and you wouldn't see when your place was saved. Platforming is so much easier when you can use a analog stick instead of buttons. I will be playing the classic version alongside of this. I'm not going to record it, but I am going to play it alongside so that I can show you guys any differences between the two versions that may exist. Gotta find this little alcove. Excuse any length of this episode, because a lot of this is going to be basically differences between the game, original and this.
Cool flash. Do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal in the Dragon Mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other artisan lands.
Okay, that's all the dragons. To the hub world. Let's get the rest of the gems. There's also a detail about sparks that I'll go over later. They added a little extra feature to sparks in this during the remake. That's quite helpful. Let's see if we can find that. Those last gems. Ah, there they are. Yeah, there we go. All gems. Hub world complete. Let's go to the first level. Stone Hill. Funny enough, you can't actually complete this game until you beat it the first time. Beat the final boss the first time. I actually found that out. Oh yeah, I love this. Love these little flat things you can have Spyro just flip, flip, flame, flame. I had forgotten that. First level, Stone Hills. If I haven't mentioned it yet, I have added a small little world intro animation. I'm going to be trying to do that for every single hub world we enter. Oh, that's another change right there, what Sparks was doing there. In the original, he didn't do that. If he was to where if you're full health, he would actually, he would not actually eat any more butterflies. I guess you could say that's actually a bit of a positive. because then you don't waste butterflies. Set down here.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong, like me.
Sure.
Sure. In my opinion, the only difference in attitude is actually how Spyro says it, because they changed the voice actor for Spyro in this. Obviously, because they're not gonna keep the same voice actor. But yeah, since they changed the voice actor's portrayal of Spyro is a little bit different, has a different personality.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Overall, I think this remake actually does come out to be easier because of control finickiness. Because you can control it with a analog stick instead of the buttons, the directional buttons. But different people have different opinions. Some people don't like these remakes because they changed too much, apparently. I think they're kind of cool.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
Oh, that's another thing I noticed about between this and the classic. You can actually see the whirlwinds. You could barely see them in the classic version. Interesting little detail I didn't catch on the wiki. You can actually see where the whirlwinds are. Here. I don't know. Overall, this game has always been very fun. I've been looking forward to this Let's Play for a long time, and I want this Let's Play to be excellent, like detailed as all get up. So I am giddy to do this whole Let's Play for you guys.
How about a hint on gliding?
You bet!
For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump, and try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
Also, because they added in the whole saving as you pass by, in the classic one, every time you stepped by a pedestal, the fairy would talk to you, and it would interrupt your flow. Now you have to actually literally press a button to talk to them. So now you actually can choose to talk whether you wanted to talk to the fairy or not. There's something, there's also another skill point in this level, which we can get after I've caught up with this egg thief. Go fast. There we go. The eggs become important later. Can't remember off the top of my head right now. Right, I believe it is somewhere around here. It might not be. It's been quite a bit since I played this game. I really gotta start to practice files before these things. Yeah, all the gem placements are essentially the same. Which means if you've beaten the original, the classic game, you pretty much can know where everything is. Let's see. Let's collect all the gems first, I guess. Then we'll look for that skill point. Or we can find it almost immediately. I think it's pretty close here. Close by. Oh. Actually, yeah. Let's open that chest then. You guys know me. I'm pretty indecisive by now. I'm pretty indecisive sometimes. Okay. We're only missing 3 more gems. I think I know where they are. In fact, this might actually be a good chance to showcase another one of the differences between the classic version and this remake, this remaster. I keep calling it a remake, but it's actually a remaster. Sparks can give you some hints as to where the gems are. There's a sort of gem radar with Sparks. Ah. There's the last 2. Last 3. Okay. It may say level 100% completed, but there is a hidden skill point somewhere around here. And hold on. There it is. This tulip right here. So it is right behind, for those who are keeping track of where the skill points are, is right behind the entrance to this section of the level. Over to the right of above it is this little hidden tulip. You burn it, get a skill point. Every time we get a skill point, we get an extra life. So that's positive reward here. And with that done, let's leave and add our treasure. On to the next level. This game is actually rather quick, rather fast. Dark Hollow. Levels get really interesting, and will get really interesting soon enough. Whee, whee. Flap, flap. Oh yeah, also, the control scheme is a bit different. R2 is now flame. Instead, R2 and L2 don't do anything. Well, R2 does flame, but L2 doesn't do anything. In the original, L2 is used for, R2 and L2 were used for camera. You couldn't use it, because of course the PS1 didn't have 2 analog sticks. In fact, it didn't have any analog sticks back when the game was first released. I do like how they changed the design of Norks. But that's just, I guess that's just increasing graphical fidelity. Elden.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Their metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
Game gives you a lot of hints. This game is really good for like new people who are new to collectathon platformers. You'd think that would be a skill point, but it's not. Just something you can do. Yeah, this is a good relaxing game. Let's keep going. If I remember right.
Big enemies like this Nork with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
Honestly, sometimes the hints in this game are a little bit too, like, really? You're telling me that now? Kind of thing, you know? Trying to remember where it was. There was a key around here. Oh yeah, that's right. Sneaky little alcove here. As you're coming through, you don't even notice that over here's a little downwards path. For these guys, you have to sneak up behind them. You have to come in behind them and hit them in the back with a flame. There's our key. I love collectathon platformers. I grew up on them. As did probably many of us.
Psst. Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
There's also a change to how high Spyro jumps when he's charging. In this version. The remaster. He doesn't jump this high. My guess is they did that because they added a bit more platforming challenges. That's another level complete. Let's go. With that, I think we're done for this episode. Not entirely sure how much time has passed, but I think we're done for this episode. Join me again when we continue back through the Artisan World. Oh, Dirk's here.